Greetings everyone, my name is Gigi and this is Let's Build, wherein I build a Lego set, time to different media, and talk about the facts concerning the topic of the build. Today's build is the Lego Animal Crossing Isabelle's House Visit versus Smash Bros. Ultimate, the Isabelle run. The footage I am using from this game is for science, educational, and research purposes. My content is transformative and protected under fair use. All footage is time-lapse with commentary. Specifications of the Lego set. Girls and boys aged 6 and up create their own stories inspired by the Animal Crossing video game series with the Isabelle's House Visit Kids toy. They can build recognizable scenes from their screens, then take the storytelling wherever their imaginations want to go. Kids take a tour of Fauna's house with Isabelle. The interior, styled in Fauna's colors, is filled with recognizable details, as well as a host of new ones to inspire kids to create fresh stories for characters. They can fire the pretend slingshot to pop the present-carrying balloons, check the cell phone tile for messages, post a letter in the mailbox, or help the minifigures water the garden and grab an apple from the tree. The workbench holds a DIY recipe card, and there's a surprise hidden in the tree. Kids rearrange the furniture, swap the window frames, and even reassemble the base plates to choose how the house looks. Creative building toy inspired by the video game series. Lego Animal Crossing Isabelle's House Visit gives girls and boys aged 6 and up hours of hands-on roleplay. Feature-packed sets for storytellers. Lego Animal Crossing toys give kids the creative freedom to customize scenes to create new stories with the characters. Packed with play starters. This Lego Animal Crossing set includes 2 minifigures, Isabelle and Fauna, plus recognizable features such as the workbench and the flying present-carrying balloon. Customizable kids toy. This set comes with lots of accessories and modular base plates so kids can experiment and change up the look of the house whenever they choose. Animal Crossing gift. This is a special occasion or birthday gift for group or solo play that gives fans of the video game series hours of customization and roleplay fun. Digital building instructions. The Lego Builder app features a digital version of the building instructions included in this set. Hands-on play for video game fans. These Lego sets allow kids to keep using their creativity and storytelling skills to explore the world of Animal Crossing even when on a screen break. Dimensions. This 389-piece set measures over 6.5 inches high, 10 inches wide, and 6 inches deep when arranged in standard configuration. Excuse me, my dog is upstairs running around. The instructions go right into the build without any fanfare. Animal Crossing New Leaf is a social simulation game developed and published by Nintendo for the Nintendo 3DS. The game was first released in 2012 in Japan and later worldwide in 2013. It is the 4th main game of the Animal Crossing series. The player controls a human character who takes on the role of mayor in a town populated with anthropomorphic animals. The player has the ability to do activities such as bug catching, fishing, and befriending the villagers. While retaining gameplay from older titles, Animal Crossing New Leaf marks a change in the series as the player becomes the mayor of the town, granting additional abilities such as to enact ordinances and start public works projects. With the help of the townsfolk and a secretary named Isabelle, it is now the player's job to make the town a better place to live. The game received critical acclaim, with many citing the improvements upon prior entries in the series. Although the title was re-released under the Nintendo Selects banner in North America, And as Happy Price Selection in Japan, an updated version with amiibo support and new features was released for free on the Nintendo eShop in November 2016 for owners of the original version. A retail version of the update was released as Animal Crossing New Leaf Welcome Amiibo in late 2016. Gameplay. As in the previous installments of Animal Crossing series, players take control of a villager who is moving into a new town. Upon arrival, the player is mistaken for the new town mayor and is given that position instead of being a standard resident. Like the previous games in the series, the game enables the player to explore their town, talk with other residents, and participate in various activities such as fishing and bug catching. Doing various activities or selling various items earns the player bells, the game's currency, which they can use to purchase various items such as furniture or clothes, or pay loans used to renovate their house. The game is played in real time, utilizing the Nintendo 3DS system's internal clock, with aspects such as shop opening times, species of wildlife, and special events varying depending on the time of day and season. Animal Crossing New Leaf introduces many features to the series. Players begin the game living in a tent before their house, which eventually can be upgraded and expanded, is built. Customization, a major part of the series, has been enhanced, particularly in the player's ability to modify their character's appearance and decorate their house. The character's pants can be modified in addition to their shirt, shoes, hat, and accessory, and the ability to hang furniture on walls has been added. Features previously only found in the Japanese Dobutsu no Mori E Plus for the GameCube, such as benches and lampposts, have returned. Another addition is the ability to swim in the ocean that borders the town using a swimsuit. Players were once able to visit each other's towns using the Nintendo Network before it permanently lost support and service on April 8, 2024. During that time, players were also able to add one another to a friends list that allowed them to exchange messages with one another, while up to 4 players at a time were able to travel to the tropical Tortimer Island to take part in various minigames that award medals. Players are able to take snapshots at almost any time, which are saved to the Nintendo 3DS camera and can be shared. The game features a new mechanic that makes the player the town mayor, allowing them to have more customization of their town than in previous games. While taking part in mayoral duties is not obligatory to play the game, being the head of town imparts 2 gameplay features new to the series: public works projects and ordinances. The public works projects allow players to collect funds from townsfolk and other visiting players to construct new projects such as bridges, fountains, and light poles, as well as add new facilities such as campsites and cafes. Ordinances give the players the ability to customize the way their town functions by passing laws, such as making the town wealthier, encouraging citizens to plant more flowers, or making the shops open earlier or later. Only the first person to register a save file on each copy of the game will become the mayor. New Leaf makes various uses of the Nintendo 3DS's features, some of which are made available as time passes. Players can visit other players' towns via local play or online with up to 4 friends. An additional club membership on Tortimer Island allows players to explore the island with other online players. A Dream Suite feature allows players to download dream versions of other people's towns to freely explore. The Happy Home Showcase allows players to view the homes of other players encountered on Street Pass, as well as order some of the furniture their house contains. A sewing machine in the Able Sisters shop allows players to create QR codes of their designs, which other players can download using the Nintendo 3DS's camera. Play coins can be used to buy fortune cookies. In turn, can be exchanged for special prizes, such as rare items based on other Nintendo franchises. The characters, as introduced in Animal Forest and Animal Crossing. Animal Forest, also known as Dobutsu no Mori, was released for the Nintendo 64 in 2001 exclusively in Japan. An enhanced remake of the game for the GameCube was released as Animal Forest Plus in Japan and as Animal Crossing worldwide. The games introduce many of the series' core reoccurring characters. While the series features various villagers for each title, certain prominent characters return in each installment of the series. Tom Nook is a tanuki, or raccoon in America, character who functions as both a shop owner and a real estate broker, giving the player a loan for their house and various upgrades while allowing them to pay back their loan with no interest. Mr. Rossetti is a mole character who appears from underground whenever the players shut the game off without saving, enabling them to reset random events deemed unfortunate, berating them for circumventing one of the game's systems. Due to an autosave function, he was laid off from his job in Animal Crossing New Horizons, although he has secured a new job as the rescue service operator. KK Slider is a canine traveling musician based on series composer Kazumi Totaka, who plays on certain nights in the player's town. Afterwards, he gives the player a free copy of the song played, saying that his music wants to be free. This was seen by some fans as support for music piracy, although Nintendo denied that it was intended as social commentary. Tom Nook's apprentices, Timmy and Tommy, manage the convenience store Nook's Cranny in later games in the series. The Able Sisters also offers clothes for the player and is managed by the sisters Mabel and Sable. Two new characters, Orville and Wilbur, manage Dodo Airlines, which is the only airport on the deserted island. Animal Crossing New Leaf features two new animal types for regular villagers, hamsters and deer, as well as two new non-player character personalities, Smug and Uchi, the latter being described as the big sister type. New special characters include a dog named Isabelle, who acts as the player's personal assistant, her twin brother Digby, who runs the Happy Home Showcase, where players can view model home layouts, a sloth named Leaf, who runs a gardening center, and a pair of alpacas named Reese and Saris, who run a store called Retail, a recycling shop where players can sell unwanted items or customize furniture for their house. Tom Nook returns as a real estate agent instead of a shopkeeper, his former business run by his nephews Timmy and Tommy. The skunk Kix and hedgehog Label from Animal Crossing City Folk are featured as shoe and accessory salespersons respectively, while KK Slider has a position as a DJ at a nightclub called Club LOL. The building is run by an axolotl named Dr. Shrunk, who is a stand-up comedian. Tortimer, the former mayor of the town, runs an island that can be visited by using a boat at the dock the day after the first home loan is paid off. Moving on to our featured characters. Fauna, also known as Doremi, is a normal deer character villager in the Animal Crossing series. Her Japanese name references the solfege syllables. A doe is a deer, a female deer, as well, which could be also a reference to the Do-Re-Mi song from The Sound of Music. Her English name references the name of a young deer, a fawn. The word fauna can also be used to refer to the animals of a specific region, habitat, or period. Her phrase is a pun on the word dearie, a friendly title given to a person, and deer, fauna's species. Characteristics: Fauna is a brown deer with orange accents on her face and limbs. She has red spots for her cheeks and bright pink coloring on the insides of her ears. She has multiple light brown spots on the back of her head, and her hooves are yellow as well. Personality: Fauna has a normal personality, so she will act shy, but caring toward the player. She will also get along well with villagers of any personality type. She will have hygiene concerns, represented when the player visits her house, and she will state her embarrassment at the supposedly unclean appearance of her home. She will mention her interest in reading and the various books that she reads. She will also enjoy writing and receiving letters. Isabelle. Isabelle is a dog in the Animal Crossing series who first appeared in Animal Crossing New Leaf, where she helps the player with their duties as mayor. She would later appear in Animal Crossing New Horizons, playing a similar but smaller role as the head of the civic consultation counter at the Resident Services building. Her name was first revealed as Hisho, which is Japanese for secretary, during the New Leaf developer commentary, then was changed in the June 2012 Nintendo Direct to Shizu, a reference to her breed, the Shih Tzu. When localized to English, her name became Isabelle. It may be based on the fact that the top of her head resembles a bell sack. She has a younger twin brother named Digby who runs the HH Showcase. Since her introduction in Animal Crossing New Leaf, Isabelle has become a major mascot for the Animal Crossing series, along with Tom Nook, appearing in all subsequent games and becoming the fictional head of the official Animal Crossing Twitter account, though she would later be temporarily replaced by Lottie and Tom Nook to promote Happy Home Designer and New Horizons, respectively. Additionally, she is featured in many pieces of non-Animal Crossing media, including cameos in various games and playable roles in Mario Kart 8 and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Characteristics: Isabelle is a yellow Shih Tzu dog with orange floppy ears and a ponytail. Her hair is tied up with a ribbon that has a bell on top. As such, whenever she walks, a little jingling sound is made. Personality: In New Leaf, Isabelle tries her hardest to look up to the mayor as their secretary. Whenever the mayor completes a public works project, she will ask the mayor if they want to attend a celebration for the project's completion, and will frown if the mayor bows out of the celebration. She also values the health and safety of the player, especially in instances where the player hasn't played in their town for months. During holidays and events, Isabelle will tell the mayor to take a break from their duties in order to enjoy the festivities. She will also close the town hall if she ends up going to the plaza to celebrate. Isabelle's main role in Animal Crossing New Leaf is to act as the player's secretary and help them with their mayoral duties. At the start of the game, she helps the players settle in by offering them advice, as well as providing them with optional tasks akin to those given by Tom Nook in previous games. If the player repeatedly asks for advice, she will eventually ask them to bring her a shell from the beach. If the player returns to Isabelle with the shell, she will give the player 3 of a non-native fruit in return. Isabelle will later ask the player if they would like to try bug catching or fishing. After the player chooses one of these two options, Isabelle will challenge them to catch 3 fish or bugs. If the player does not have a fishing rod or net, Isabelle will allow them to buy one for 500 bells. When the player completes the task and shows Isabelle their encyclopedia, she will reward them with a watering can as a welcoming gift. She also helps the player earn their development permit, which allows for the enactment of the ordinances and the construction of public works projects, by helping them maintain and attain a 100% approval rating and, when the player's house is built, making them a resident of the town. When the player gains the abilities to build public works projects and enact ordinances, she assists the human character with those as well, including the ceremonies when projects are complete. She spends most of the time in the town hall, but is also the main character to stand in the plaza during events. During such events, the town hall is closed, preventing the player from performing their mayoral duties. Isabelle takes over Mr. Rossetti's role of reminding the player about saving until the reset center is built. She may be caught sleeping in the town hall if the player has been mayor for at least 7 days and has connected to the internet at least once, and this will allow the Dream Suite to be built on Main Street. Development. Animal Crossing New Leaf was announced at E3 2010 as the first title in the series for the Nintendo 3DS. It later appeared at the 2011 Nintendo World Expo and again at E3 2011 during a short presentation where a release date was originally announced for later that year in Japan. Nintendo later pushed back the release to sometime in 2012 before the end of the fiscal year in March, and eventually finalized a Japanese release to Q3 of that year during a Nintendo Direct broadcast. Its English title was revealed in October 2012, along with a tentative release date for the West for early 2013. In February 2013, New Leaf's definite release date was announced for the following June in North America, Europe, and Australia. The game was produced by Katsuya Iguchi and directed by the 2-person team of Isao Moro and Aya Koyagoku, who had both worked under the previous director of Animal Crossing City Folk on the Wii. The idea for the player to become mayor did not manifest until about a year into development, which stemmed from the concept of giving the player much more freedom in designing and shaping the way their town grew. Giving players the ability to pass ordinances and laws that involve shops being open earlier or later in the day was introduced to accommodate more personal schedules and play styles while keeping the game synced with the passage of time in the real world. The main theme of the game was composed by Manaka Karaoka, while she composed the rest of the soundtrack with Atsuko Asahai. Kazumi Totaka was the sound director for the game, as he was for the rest of the series. Monolith Soft assisted in development. Because the game was being designed for a 3D display instead of on a flat one, like its predecessors, the game design team had to pay extra attention on how objects and characters appeared in regard to lighting and shading, and that no obvious flaws could be seen from the different perspectives. Design coordinator Koji Takahashi admitted that it was difficult thinking up new animal species to represent townsfolk since they primarily wanted to stick to the ones people were familiar with, and had pretty much used up the most familiar examples in previous games. Alpacas in particular were chosen due to their recent popularity in the country. In order to make New Leaf a more personal experience to players around the world, the development team researched customs and holidays from various countries, including collaborating with Nintendo offices around the world, and included them in versions of the game released in those regions. These include variations to in-game events such as New Year's Eve, as eating New Year noodles in the Japanese version, drinking sparkling cider in the English North American version, and eating 12 grape plate at midnight in the Spanish language North American and European versions. New Leaf's English translation began March 2012 by members of Nintendo of America's Treehouse localization group, who collaborated with the company's headquarters in Japan on creating in-game events. The North American and European versions contain an extra feature not included in the Japanese release: the ability to download example home layouts in the Happy Home Showcase from Nintendo over the internet using the Spot Pass feature in addition to Street Pass, which requires players to physically pass by one another. According to localization manager Reiko Ninomiya, this was added due to the difficulty players in those regions experience with meeting others in public who own the game, explaining that in Japan, Street Pass happens really frequently. People take trains. It's a different community culture. Here, you've got people living in remote parts where they don't have an opportunity to pass by people who also have the game. Promotion and release. In October 2012, Nintendo Japan created an official Animal Crossing New Leaf Twitter account, featuring tweets from the character Isabelle that included updates and promotions about the game, with English versions established by Nintendo Europe in April 2013 and Nintendo of America in May of 2013. Later that month, Nintendo of America began to produce a series of roundtable video discussions with the English Treehouse localization team, providing information on the game's development and translation, which were posted on YouTube, as well as the game's Twitter and Facebook pages. Nintendo Japan would partner with the 7-Eleven convenience store chain to offer special company brand in-game items and furniture such as signs, shirts, and food displays by accessing Wi-Fi hotspots at select store locations across Japan between May and August 2013. 2 Animal Crossing themed clothing items were also made available as downloadable content in the Japanese version of Style Savvy Trendsetters for the 3DS, featuring designs based on the characters KK Slider and Gracie. Nintendo released an Animal Crossing New Leaf themed Special Edition 3DS XL handheld bundled with a digital copy of the game alongside its standard release in Japan. In April 2013, the bundle was announced for North America and Europe in Nintendo Direct broadcast, which would also be made available on the same day as the game's release in both regions following in June. The game was made available as a download title on the Nintendo eShop in Japan on the same day as the physical release, with a North American eShop version also accompanying its retail version. A pre-order bonus figurine featuring a model of the town hall with the character Isabelle was also distributed exclusively by EB Games in Australia and game retailers in Europe. A select number of American players chosen through Nintendo's Mayor program were eligible to try the game out through the month of May and in return chronicled their experiences online. August 7, 2013, an app titled Animal Crossing Plaza was added to the Wii U, allowing players to communicate with other Animal Crossing players. The feature was available until the end of 2014. In Europe and Australia, a promotion was announced in which if players registered their game on Club Nintendo between August and October of 2013, they would receive a code that they could then give to another 3DS XL owner, allowing them to download a free copy of the game. In September 2016, Nintendo and Sanrio had announced that they will be bringing Hello Kitty to the game in Japan. A large update known as Welcome Amiibo was released November 2nd, 2016, adding support for Amiibo, including Animal Crossing, Legend of Zelda, and Splatoon figurines and cards, which can be used to summon villagers and vendors to a new campsite area. The update also features save data integration with Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer, and backports of the game's touchscreen controls for furnishing. Legacy: the female demographic. Former president of Nintendo, Satoru Iwata, noted that 56% of people who ordered Animal Crossing New Leaf with a Nintendo 3DS were female. He found the game's success with women between ages of 19 to 24 to be particularly noteworthy. In Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Isabelle is a playable character in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. She was revealed during the September 13th, 2018 Nintendo Direct, tying with an initial teaser revealing the then untitled New Horizons. She is marked as a semi-clone of the Villager, but is not marked as an Echo Fighter, a term used in Ultimate to mark clones like Lucina. Isabelle is classified as Fighter number 68. In addition to her role as a playable fighter, her Mii costume from Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo 3DS, Wii U returns. Unlock requirements. In Smash Bros. Ultimate, Isabelle is an unlockable fighter. As such, she will need to be unlocked by completing either one of the following requirements. After a versus match, a mob smash, a spirit board, or after exiting World of Light, a new challenger will appear in a specific order, with a wait time of 10 minutes. Isabelle is the 21st fighter to be unlocked after Little Mac. To unlock Isabelle in Classic Mode, the player must complete Classic Mode under Pikachu's branch, being fought after Mega Man. To unlock Isabelle in World of Light, the player must have the spirit of Cap'n from Wild World to be able to ride in the bus to her unlock stage. Isabelle will be fought on the Omega version of Town and City as a grab-style fighter with 3,900 power. Once Isabelle is freed, a simple path is made to the town. With the exception of the last option, the players would need to fight Isabelle on Town and City. Moveset. Isabelle has various mechanics shared with the villager, including the neutral special pocket, her grab using a net, her forward tilt swinging an umbrella, her aerials firing slingshot, her down and up aerials swinging turnips, and a sapling pot that she drops for her dash attack. However, there are some unique movesets for her as well. For instance, her neutral attack has her using a toy hammer to attack her opponents. Her forward dash smash fires a party popper, and her up smash will result in her pulling up on a do not enter sign. Special moves. The pocket. Isabelle's neutral special. It acts very similar mechanically to the villager's neutral special, where any projectiles thrown is grabbed and stored by Isabelle. She can then use the move again to use the projectile to harm the fighter, or immediately throw it back. Consumables like the super spicy curry and food are used when the move is pressed. Fishing rod. Isabelle's side special. She summons a fishing rod that will catch any fighter, which she will immediately throw forward. Previously, the move allowed duplication of assist trophies. This was patched in version 2.0.0. Balloon trip. Isabelle's up special. She sits on a wooden platform and glides upwards with two bunny balloons, color-coded to the player's color. Her version of balloon trip is much shorter than that of the villagers. Lloyd trap. Isabelle's down special. She digs a rocket resembling Lloyd in the ground, and any fighters that step on the trap will cause the fighter to be launched upwards. The move is akin to a projectile, meaning another Isabelle can pocket one's Lloyd trap and use the move against them. Isabelle's final smash is the Dream Town Hall, acting in similar mechanic to Villager's Dream House, but dealing more damage. Isabelle first traps an opponent before Tom Nook and the Nooklings, where she pays them bells to build her a town hall. Once this task is accomplished, the jingle after completing a home loan in New Leaf plays before the town hall explodes that causes knockback and damage to opponents. Classic mode. Isabelle's classic mode route is named Best in Show, which is a reference to dog breed competitions and features female fighters present in Ultimate, with Popo of the Ice Climbers as the only male fighter. This is made more clear by the Japanese title, using the idiom which typically refers to a woman notable among a group of men. The battle in Isabelle's classic route feature the 23 distinct female characters in Ultimate's base roster. Fighters who are inherently female: Samus, Peach, Daisy, Sheik, Zelda, Lucina, Zero Suit Samus, Palutena, and Bayonetta. Fighters with distinct female variants: Pikachu Libre, Pokemon Trainer, Wii Fit Trainer, the 4 female villagers, Robin, Wendy, Corrin, and Inkling. The fighters consisting of multiple characters, including a female, Nana of the Ice Climbers, and Rosalina with her Lumas. I would have loved to show footage from the original GameCube Japanese version of Animal Forest, but I couldn't get the screen to stop flickering, so I decided that playing Isabelle in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate was the next best thing. Total build time today, 56 minutes, 25 seconds. You could watch the first 56 minutes of Geki Joban Dobutsu no Mori, or the Animal Forest movie, also known as Animal Crossing the movie, with a total runtime of 87 minutes. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Remember to like, subscribe, share, ring that bell, all the things for the YouTubes. Thank you.